Radiant team, ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team, ban. Radiant team, ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick.
Shadow Fiend.
Radiant team pick.
Runic the sack.
Dire team pick.
Earth Shaker.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Beyond the Summit presentation of the I-League Season 3 Dota 2 Chinese LAN event. This is going to be Newbee versus Team Malaysia here in the lower bracket. Newbee having just 2-0'd IG, knocking Invictus Gaming out of this LAN final. And yeah, they are now in the lower bracket semifinal. And we're going to be seeing them going against Team Malaysia. Whoever loses this goes home, and whoever wins will be facing the loser of LGD versus VG Gaming. So already to the top 4, and these teams are ones that you wouldn't have expected to make it all the way through. Team Malaysia having actually eliminated Alliance earlier today, and Newbee eliminating IG. It's an underdog story here in the lower bracket, and it's been a pleasure to cover it so far for you guys today. We'll continue our coverage here on Beyond the Summit. Thanks once again for tuning in. Well, without further ado, I myself am Blaze, bringing you guys the play-by-play commentary, and along with me for the ride here is none other than Alan Riaboris. How's it going, man?
It's doing great here. Yeah, both teams coming off some really big wins, I would say, and I would say Newbee being more of an upset than Malaysia. I'm not exactly sure how I feel with these opening picks. Shadow Fiend on the Dire side, it's not as scary, but you have an Earthshaker now, so that kind of makes up for it. But you're going against a Leshrac, most likely in the mid lane, most likely handled by Mushi. He's gotten a lot done in the early game, and I don't know, his Leshrac's just scary.
Yeah. And I mean, Team Malaysia has been kind of an interesting team to watch over the past couple of months. The way they've developed as a team, pulled things together, the way they kind of rotate their laning configuration and change how things are going to work. Right now, we have Mushi and Johnny running as supports, where Mushi used to play almost exclusively core heroes. He kind of showed his flexibility as far as mid or carry type heroes, but always, despite the versatility, it was very strictly in that role. Now he's moved on to support, seems to be thriving pretty well in that role set, and it also opens them up to pick more unorthodox heroes. Like Johnny, for example, plays a great support Phoenix, but it's just like, it's one of those kind of combinations that you don't get to see as often. So we'll see here, most likely a carry Leshrac in the safe lane by KYXY, a support Phoenix by Johnny, and from there the pool's pretty open for Ohio on the off lane. But changing things up a little bit, it's going to be the Drow Ranger bringing us to a quad range strat with that precision aura.
Yeah. And wait, Moshi actually doesn't play mid anymore. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm dumb. What is Mushi? Mushi plays support now, but who plays for their mid again? Is it
Ketchuk Imba does play the mid. So in this case, I think maybe they'll take the Lesh to the safe lane for Ketchuk, since it's
wasn't
kind of
Mushi playing? But Mushi was playing Lesh earlier, so was he support? Wait,
he's supporting pretty much exclusively with this roster. Previous roster, you found him in core roles. Yeah. Now he's very much so the support, and might play like the Rubik or something like that here, while Johnny might pick up the Phoenix. It depends. I mean, Ohio could definitely pick up the Phoenix too, but I actually don't have much confidence in Phoenix in the off lane here, because up against Earthshaker and Disruptor, you're not going to get your Icarus dive off. You're going to get glimpsed back. You're going to be fissured out of it. Good supports in the playing Earthshaker and Disruptor will kill the Phoenix 2 or 3 times, force them into the jungle or some other miserable state of affairs. You don't want your Phoenix in the off lane here. You want them as a kind of 4 or 5 position support.
Casters are saying that the Twitch is saying that Mushi was playing mid earlier when we weren't casting, so screw off chat. We weren't actually awake during that time period. You guys don't know anything, but I think I saw Mushi. I could have swore I saw Mushi on Leshrac the last game, and I know for a fact that it wasn't support. I mean, it didn't look like it could have been a support Leshrac, so maybe they're switching back roles or something. I'm not exactly sure, but the Drow pickup with this lineup, Drow's decent. With Phoenix, it's not that great. Doesn't really synergize well. The right clicks only help for the early game. Leshrac as well, it's only really early game. Drow pick here makes no sense in my mind. It's just kind of like the snowball in the early game right now. These are just magical DPS. Like normally when you have Drow, it's with a Visage, it's with a Shadow Fiend, another DPS dealer. Right now they have all magic damage range heroes.
So it's interesting that they actually switch up for this tournament in particular, because I remember watching a lot of them in Red Bull Battlegrounds, and straight up it was always Mushi in support. But as you said, like we're in the United States, so as far as time zones go, it's really not easy to catch all of these games, and I'm happy to have gotten the few hours of sleep I got during those games. But it is interesting to see them make those rotations here, and we'll see what they can do with it. I mean, core Leshrac, core Drow is still going to be the clear situation. I guess Ketchuk Imba Rubik, that means, and then we'll see for Ohio what they'll take the off lane. It's not going to be the Nature's Prophet, it's not going to be the Centaur War Runner. We also saw the Brood, the Clock, the Beastmaster, and the Darkseer all banned out. So all of these are pretty much strictly offlaners, and a lot of them are heroes that are played by Ohio. So his pool's really limited, but this guy still seems to be able to pull out some amazing pickups and some amazing laning plays no matter what he ends up going on. Bristleback is actually a pretty popular pick for him, but I'm not sure it fits into a Drow strat. No, the Wind Ranger is much more suited for it.
Yeah, Wind Ranger now, I would say better. And then that'll be most likely a Leshrac support combination with Rubik here. And Newbee going to be picking up a final here. It's either a support or an offlaner. Earthshaker can play both roles, so we actually don't know what can be next here. Brew can also go into the off lane, but most likely I think they'll put it in the safe lane with Disruptor, go for that fast Blink Dagger, put Shadow Fiend mid, and if he gets shut down, he can always retreat to the jungle. And whoa.
Okay. So, kind of a for Bananas Chen, being able to slide it in there at the tail end of the draft is really nice for him. Going to be very active and involved in the lanes and on the map in general. When he gets to about level 5, that's probably the time that Banana really wants to start making his moves. But it's a really good ganking squad. I mean, it just gives you a lot of potential to go for those quick, easy pickoffs. If Earthshaker roams in towards the mid, maybe gets a Fisher and the river against the Leshrac perhaps. But obviously, you can still go in just anywhere, any lane, gank up with the Chen, and get some good lockdown with a Dark Troll Summoner, with a Hellbear Smasher, anything along those lines. It just comes down to what spawns you get, opportunities you find. So, Moo going to be picking up Shadow Fiend, one of his signature heroes in my mind, at least in the past. And, we're going to be looking at that safe, but this is going to be interesting. Mushi pick up the Wind Ranger here in kind of a solo mid sense. I mean, he's not taking it to the off lane. So, yeah, there we're looking at, it seems to be a support Leshrac, a mid Wind Ranger, and a safe lane Drow.
Yeah, and I would, yeah, this benefits, I mean, Wind Ranger versus Shadow Fiend, you already crushed Shadow Fiend, but with Drow Aura on top of that, it's going to get Koopa crushed. And right now, I'm looking at this Phoenix. What do they really have on Newbee side to counter that? They only really have maybe Glimpse or a Shaker Fissure or into Static Storm or something. Else, there's no actual way to kill the egg during the fights. And this is going to be very interesting. Malaysia has a great, I want to say great laning stage dominating, but Newbee have mech carriers, they've got Hand of God, they've got a lot of sustainability, and they got some great team fight as well. So it's kind of like Brewmaster split versus Phoenix Egg, who's going to be doing more work. I'm not sure yet.
I guess it depends on how the levels progress. I mean, obviously, Rabbit is going to have a better laning phase up top. The Disruptor is such a good counter to the Phoenix in the laning phase that I think Ohio's going to have a pretty tough time of it, especially if the Chen finds the right creeps to get involved. But we're going to see a pretty heavy root clash, so a quick lift up. They realize they're lacking damage. The Fissure doesn't block anybody, so they might just make their retreat. Yeah, some damage being thrown back and forth, but nobody going to get caught out. Moo down to half-life, but he gets his bounty rune. He keeps moving on, and they're looking for more. Oh, don't know if they're going to be able to really find anything, but they're keeping the pressure up. Now I've seen the Precision Aura skilled. Everybody on the side of the rating is doing a little bit more right-click damage, and Mushi gets the better block, in the sense that Newbee don't get a block at all on the mid. So the end result of the skirmish is just a few tangos chewed through. The bounty rune goes to the Phoenix and the Shadow Fiend, and then we do see that Mushi is able to kind of get that early volley of CS that Moose so desperately desires.
Yeah, and they're playing this really well. Shadow Fiend as well. He's got the raises to start off with. Already got 1 CS here. Should be getting 2 here. And this will be his level up. As well as Phoenix bottom lane against an Earthshaker. This is, you couldn't ask for anything better here. So Malaysia should be winning all 3 lanes. So it comes down to this Chen. How much space can Banana make right now?
Yeah. I actually think it's really smart to bring the Phoenix down in the safe lane. Like, I was talking about the issues he'd have with levels in like a 1v3 up top, but a 1v1, oh my gosh, he's going to do so much. I mean, he's got the fire... First of all, Earthshaker's not that great of a 1v1 laner in the first place. Enchant Totem's okay, but it's not ideal. And then the Fire Spirits, the Precision Aura buff up, like, Ohio's going to be able to do so much work in this lane. He's already topping up the CS chart. We can expect some pretty big things from him, and he even gets to go for an unorthodox item pickup here. The Orb of Venom coming out on him, just to get that extra right click or 2 onto the Earthshaker in a tense situation. So he's going to be in a really good spot to control June and maybe even force him out of lane a couple times.
We can dive him. I mean, honestly, if he dives him right now, I think June could be in very big trouble here.
Yeah, just he's kind of warming him up a little bit, just trying to soften up the HP pool so they can go in for the more aggressive play very, very soon. But he's level 3 now. The Fire Spirits do a lot of damage, and you just have to remember that it does cost you HP to use these abilities, so you can't man up too hard. But if the Fissure's gone, then you certainly can.
He's just trying to get his bottle right now from June. If you can get this next creep, probably, and he can't really go for the stun, right? As you're saying, if he does go for it, all right. So now he's really vulnerable until he gets his bottle. This is where a dive can come out.
But Ohio's just gonna pick up the easy bounty rune. Already, like, he's free farming. Like, the kill would be great, first blood would be huge. But as it is, he doesn't have to force the issue right now as he's controlling the lane perfectly, and he knows that June is at a real weak point. So we'll see if he maybe goes for a dive soon. But as it is, he's still doing a really great job controlling that lane well, and we'll keep our eye on the other lanes. KYXY very far forward here with the Frost Arrow play, and able to CS under tower and even harass under tower with that orb.
Yep. If any action is going to come, it's going to come there. As well as mid lane, Moo picked up a haste rune though, so he can survive Mushi's ganks a lot. He's going to have to pop it here soon, I feel like, just for so he doesn't get harassed the whole time. He needs the bottle back up. I mean, can he go for a gank? He can't really go for a gank anywhere else. Top lane, they got to lift up onto Rabbit.
Yeah, and he's just trying to go in for the quick clap to retreat, but instead he's going to take too many right clicks. The Lightning Storm finishes him off, catch a Gimba with the first blood, and that's a great way to build up the Leshrac as kind of a 4 position, where you can still get some real tanky items to stay in the fight, get the Arcane Boots up pretty early, but actually still kind of play that supportive role and give the CS to the farmers. It's just get the kills on the supports, get the CS for the cores, and you're in a great spot here. So I overall am really impressed with how Team Malaysia are laning this, but Banana is going to try to make a play happen. No smoke of deceit though, just the Centaur and the Dark Troll Summoner. And you'll see an Observer Ward is pretty much just like on this line. If he walks past that, it's pretty clear where his next movement is going to be. But Moo kinda getting some good damage in onto Johnny here, and he's got that haste rune, so he can keep moving about. We're going to see Shackle try to set up the splitter. Oh, it does not
he
connect
almost
though.
predicted.
Yeah, he'll just move on away, and it's actually going to be Mushi still involved here, looking for maybe a follow-through. No, not going to go and win run offensively, so that's going to be that. Just a little bit of harassment back and forth, but all in all, obviously Team Malaysia happy with their current position, winning all 3 lanes, getting the first blood, and keeping, for the most part, Newbee on lockdown.
Oh, they can go for the Icarus dive on the bottom lane here. Ohio does have his level 6. So at any given time, if he hits the Icarus dive, pretty much June's going to be dead here. So.
Yeah, and now that he's level 6, he doesn't even have to worry about like the fact that there's a tower dive factor in, because he can always ulti if he's dropping down to like 1 hit from death from the tower. There's no way his egg pops in this situation. So yeah, Ohio pretty much has nothing to lose if he just finds the range. If Earthshaker keeps his distance and just falls back, as we see him doing.
Oh, Banana.
Not a big deal, but yeah, Banana's gonna go ahead, feed away one troll, pick up another one, and I don't know. What do you think his contribution to this lane is really? Like, I feel like he wants to do a lot, but right now Team Malaysia just have so much that frustrates him.
Yeah, I thought Johnny was here and they were gonna make a play on him, but he just came and I don't know. He's not going to be doing as much as I expect he hopes to do, but still, Drow doesn't have anything in her silence, so I don't know if I agree with that. And yeah, especially in this lane.
What exactly would you be looking to silence? Is there any spell that you're particularly afraid of here?
You want to knock back the Thunderclap if he goes for the play. You always have to worry about the glimpse into the Thunderclap, as well as the troll traps, so having that defensive purpose for your supports, for yourself, is always nice to have.
Yeah, I think silencing the creeps is actually a good idea. You usually don't think about that, but AoE disables like that can definitely do it.
Phoenix did the dive.
Oh, nice double damage snipe there, and takes it right back to lane, so that June can get absolutely nothing here. 19-1 versus 34-8. The Phoenix is essentially doubling the CS of the Earthshaker here, just dominating this lane matchup, and it's the best way to deal with an off-lane Shaker, because there's no point in pulling back to lane under tower. You're just going to get pushed in, and yeah, it's getting into an awkward position for June, where you look at levels. Ohio has a full 2 levels on this Earthshaker, considering how much time he spent out of lane.
Yeah, and the Fissure was put down. I wouldn't be surprised if Ohio plays aggressive here. I mean, this is the perfect time to... Echo Slam is online, though. Kind of needs to worry about that, but... top lane.
Yeah, we're going to see a pretty big clash here. Going to be Rabbit that takes the brunt of the damage, but we do see June rotated for this. So they want to get a kill. They go for the glimpse. They're going to lock down Johnny, and that is going to be a nice pickup. But Echo Slam versus the egg. The Phoenix egg coming out. The right clicks are too slow. They can't kill it off, and June just feeds. And they're indecision now. Ohio jumping in. They body block each other on the ramp, and they're all going to die to the Fire Spirits and the Sun Ray. One more Fire Spirits connects on Rabbit, one more right click to be delivered, and Rabbit will fall too. Ohio rotating for a double kill. Oh, the Earthshaker just, I mean, the Fisher block was good contribution.
They got a solo kill mid lane to Mushi, so every single lane getting crushed right now. Oh my goodness, the Phoenix plays right there coming in from Ohio. Jeez. And he leveled up Sunray just to help during that. I mean, he hit every single Fire Spirit too during that.
Just very impressive play from him, and I mean, he got the best start he could hope for, but now we're going to see him build up, it looks like, into a mechanism. Why do you think he chooses not to go for the Hand of Midas when he's so far ahead?
I think they can just, slow out of control. Mech on Phoenix isn't that great because of the mana problems, but if you get it really early, it's not going to matter. Mushi's coming in with the Invis rune. Oh my goodness, shackle shot.
Jeez. Now they're going to lock down 2. This is just going to be a train wreck. They're running all over them. They're killing off everyone. The Shadow Fiend falls to Mushi once more. It's a full team wipe. Just suddenly, casual pickup after casual pickup, they all daisy chain in, and 4 heroes are able to make a full team wipe happen. Like, I just can't believe my eyes. They're just completely outplaying Newbee.
Completely outpicked at this stage of the game. They didn't really dodge the tri-lane at all, and then Chen not doing anything. I mean, it's like playing... I don't know, playing blindfolded right now from the side of Newbie, and they can't do anything. Losing top tower, and now they're going to be losing mid tower. KYXY, is he going to be going for... He's going to back out here. Is he going to go for a Mask of Madness, or is he going to go for the Helm of the Dom?
Probably just Yasha. He's got the Band of Elven skin, just wants to build himself up, and yep, Yasha
nice.
for the extra movement speed, extra attack speed, a little bit of damage for everyone with that precision aura. So really good pickup, and the casual Morbid Mask never hurt anybody. So just yeah, allowing the Drow to keep farming and keep moving on the map. And how do Newbie get back into this? I assume hitting level 6 is probably a pretty high priority. They have 3 heroes level 5, including the Brewmaster.
Yeah, these levels are hurting them now. Not getting a good early laning phase, and this is where pressure will always be applied. Ooh, they're gonna walk into the trap.
Yeah, just walking right up here to the high ground. Sanchen goes down immediately. Rabbit shortly thereafter. No split to gap, but the Hand of God does help him out. Magic Wand, Hand of God. Now Ohio is caught in past the Fisher. Has to pop the egg just to survive, but it's going to do enough damage to bring down Moo. A mega kill streak for Ohio, and suddenly cooldowns are refreshed. We're going to go in onto Banana. Icarus Dive and Fire Spirits connect. The Centaur War Stomp does not come out in time, and Banana will fall as well. A double kill for Ohio. Backing off here. Nice Fisher block. This could be a huge kill coming in for the supports. 2 people within the AoE gold bounty, but can they finish him off? Ohio dies with the Echo Slam. Big money for the Earthshaker. Suddenly, he's only 900 gold away from Blink Dagger.
Yeah, I want to look at this show fight recap right there.
Jeez, that's a lot of money.
Ooh. I mean, Ohio's just playing out of his mind right now. This is some amazing Phoenix play. I need to train myself just like him. And yeah, all of his plays have been amazing. He does this thing where he can cancel his sun ray and immediately it looks like there's like no animation cancel for the fire spirits. It's like he's shooting fire spirits from his butt or something.
You can fire spirits while you're sun raying, actually.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even what?
Yeah, you can while you're Icarus diving and while you're sun raying, you can still cast the fire spirits.
I didn't know for the sun ray part. Oh, that's cool to know.
So yeah, I mean, just comboing up everything really nicely.
See, this is why I have you. This is why I have you.
Gotta get those mechanics in. That's all I got. But yeah, all Newbee's got is their level 6 is finally coming out. Their ultimates are online, and they're just trying to kind of hold. But Rubik's already level 6 himself. Any spell that they just picked up for themselves is going to be stolen. If Johnny is on the money with those steals, a Primal Split in their hands would be insane. And yeah, at this point now we just see Ketchik Imba's got some good levels. He's level 6 with Magic Wand, Arcane's pretty much your bread and butter for support Leshrac. And obviously the Phoenix already has the mechanism, maybe going in for a Halberd next.
Yeah, if you even seal Fissure, it's pretty much over. And then the Rubik's won the game. I mean, if you still Brewmaster split, then you're just like, all right, well, time for Newbie to exit the game. So there's a lot of good spells to steal, as well as Glimpse and all that. And the Midas on Mushi, I don't know. As you were saying earlier, I guess it's great to have it for the later stages of the game, but and it gives you a lot of levels, right? He would probably only be level 9.5 maybe, but now he's level 11.
Yeah, he's trying to rush out the level 16 with the Ags timing. If he can get both, pretty much a level 4 ultimate all at once, he has a short cooldown, a 0% reduction focus power with max attack speed, getting all the benefit from that precision aura. You're already getting 38 per shot, and that's immense, but just in general, if you can combo that up with the max attack speed, you're able to just shred people really quickly. Nice dive coming through. Banana gonna get shackled. He'll go down without a Hand of God, but June with that surprise Blink Dagger gets a decent Echo Slam. Unfortunately, they're still crumbling. They're still dying to this egg. Gonna get stunned out ×2, and there's the mechanism to pull everybody back up. KYXY 180 HP, but he will go down to the last Fire Panda. Right click. No, he survives. They kill the Fire Panda. They control Rabbit, and they earn of Shadows back to half HP, pushing on the tower here. Just a great team fight. They steal the Fissure, they get the great shackle shots, a full duration Phoenix Egg, and they are just running a train all over Newbee.
Yeah, no mechanism complete on the side of Newbee. The Brewmaster split as well as useless. I mean, the Static Storm wasn't even dropped from Sansheng. That could have maybe helped turn the team fight, but still, they're just having a hard time. If you can't get that Echo Slam into a kinetic field Static Storm, there's just no hope.
I don't even think he got a chance to cast the Static Storm.
He didn't. He
It's
just got picked off. These shackle shots from Mushi have been great, as well as the positioning of Ohio just going in. I mean, it's like they can't even walk in, right? That was all set up because Earthshaker got that money because he miraculously killed Phoenix in the top lane. Else they would be so far behind. They'd have 0 blink daggers on 2 of their main heroes that they need them.
Yeah, they'd be helpless without that Phoenix kill, but at least they are in a position where they can start using their abilities more actively. Problem is, to what end? I mean, at this point, the Brewmaster, your safe lane Brewmaster, whose only goal is to rush out a Blink Dagger, is not even halfway to it here 15 minutes into the game.
Yeah, he should just go 4-staff at this rate.
Easy build up.
Oh, yeah. Just get 3 Oblivions. No, just 4. Dang it, I forgot what they're called now. Oh my god, is it no
Quarterstaff? What are you?
No, Oblivion. No, Staff of Wizardries.
There you go.
4 Staff of Wizardries, and then you just sell them all at once, and then you'll have your 2k gold, and then maybe sell it, maybe 3 TP scrolls.
What happened to the Soul Ring recipe buyout, man?
Yeah, but then you get 40 intelligence. That'll make them smarter.
Gee, it helps. Every point helps, but. Yeah, I think the Shadow Fiend has to straight rush a BKB here. Like, Moog does not want to go BKB after Treads, but at this point you're so far behind, just getting anything to survive these fights a little bit longer is going to be huge. You can pop the BKB, switch to Agi Treads, and try to lay into the Phoenix Egg, and hope that they can break that. Because if they don't kill Ohio during the egg, and he gets 2 sets of cooldowns off, I just don't see them taking a fight, unfortunately. There's so many other factors, but that's a big one for me. And yeah, we're just seeing them pull forward as a whole. Aghanim Scepter already up for Mushi. I was talking about him hitting level 16 and syncing up pretty well with his Ags upgrade. Nah, he gets it here at level 13. Just doing so much work and farming up a storm. He's actually at 8,800 net worth.
Yeah, the worst part is, even if Moo gets a BKB, that's kind of like their comeback into the game. They're going to have a BKB on Drow, as well as all the physical DPS coming out from KYXY as well as Mushi. There's a Shadow Fiend that's going to be paper with a BKB.
And we're going to see TP back. This might be their last stand here. We'll look for the Earthshaker play. He's got a smoke to seat on the eastern flank. The Power Shot does not scout out the smoke. So they are going to be able to make this flank happen, but Team Malaysia is still wary of that Echo, and they're just going to spread out and TP back. So could be a wasted smoke, or it could be a smoke gank that they transition into, as KOXY is solo bottom, farming up that BKB. So it could be just a quick jump, maybe even committing the Echo early in this fight just to bring down the Drow, but she has the Aegis. So at best, you're breaking her life insurance.
Yeah. I don't know what they're gonna do. And they tried to smoke up, but it didn't work out for them. They didn't find anybody to catch. And even if they caught KYXY, that would have been an Aegis, so.
Still, the Brewmaster does find his Blink Dagger. I mean, Rabbit seemed so far away from it just a few minutes ago, but Blink Dagger is now online. Really important for him to get in for the right position with the Primal Split. It might be too ambitious to go for Blink, Clap, and then Split, because you're going to get Gusted, or you're going to get Shackled or Telekinesis. I think you just have to Blink and Split immediately, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, 18,000 gold down. They're getting out-farmed 1,000 gold a minute. That's pretty insane right now, and these items, sure, they'll have them, they'll have the split. It all comes down to an Echo Sim if they all group up. I mean, you theoretically have an Invis rune on June right here. This is the best rune. This is the turnaround rune. There is a sentry though on the low ground there. Whew, that could be
Is under attack.
very bad for their shaker.
Oh, he's so close to the radius too. He doesn't walk into it though. They're gonna look for the flank. KOXY very far forward. There's the glimpse back on the front line. Rabbit does get the split off, but he can't get the echo out. He flubs the echo, and now he's gonna be just falling. Fisher stolen by Rubik. KOXY surviving on the front line for now. Aegis will pop, and he won't have the BKB for a second life, but it's not like he needs it. We're seeing the Static Storm Kinetic Field do some damage to KOXY and catch again, but June comes back in, buying back into it with the Fisher play. They will nuke down KOXY, but he's being healed by the Sunray. He's staying alive, and now Mushi on the front line is just tearing into people, manning up with the win run, power shouting across. And next on the list is this tier 3 tower. Mushi gonna be able to focus farthest down immediately, and yeah, Sunray to heal everybody back up.
The train game. I love it.
Jeez. I mean, at this point, that's
It's
a
over.
19-minute
It's
GG.
over. It's
21 to 2, a 22,000 net worth advantage. Team Malaysia have made Newbee look like chumps.
I would say so. Completely outdrafted, completely outlaned, completely outplayed. And it was like a 100% effort coming in from the side of Team Malaysia here. Really well played from them. And that last team fight, it goes to show you, like, oh man, that bounce coming in from Ketchik Imba from the Leshrac on from his lightning. Whew, man.
Is that what put June's Blink Dagger on cooldown?
Honestly, I think it either bounced to. I swear, I need chat to help me here because I think it bounced to him from the first, because I think he used it on another hero and then bounced him in this with the Sentry Ward being close, or he actually used it on the ES. Either one, it's still an amazing play. The first one sounds better, so I'm just gonna go with that.
Yeah.
And yeah, 3 of these heroes didn't even die. Only 2 deaths in the whole game. This perfect play in my mind coming out from them. And this strategy is very strong. I was thinking it might be in trouble, the Drow, considering it. But since they pick so greedily, having the Brewmaster, having the Earthshaker, even the Chen in the jungle is pretty greedy if he's not actually going to go gank. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were just really caught off guard by the lanes as a whole. The bottom lane in particularly was clearly an advantage for Ohio. He got to win the lane directly, and then he got to rotate with whenever the Earthshaker did and provide more to the team fight subsequently. So with that, and of course Mushi putting on just his normal finesse and showmanship here and on his win range of
Mushi's back.
606.
Mushi back to mid.
Yeah,
That's,
I mean,
TI winners.
that's the bottom line, man. And Team Malaysia looking really strong. But we'll see game 2. We'll see if Newbee can bring it back, at least put on a better show for us here in the lower bracket of iLeague Season 3. Thanks for tuning in once again. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the commentary. I myself am Blaze. You can follow me at BlazeCasting, and of course my wonderful co-caster at Ryubora's Dota. We will see you guys in just a few minutes for game 2 of Malaysia versus Newbee.